So the issue of the puppy store opening up here in West Michigan. It's a store called the Barking Boutique. Um, Tried to open in Muskegon Lakes Mall last spring, and before it even got any further, it was shut down because word got out and people opposed it. So it never opened. Fast forward into July of 2016, all of a sudden there were murmurs and word that this store was opening in the Woodland Mall, the Barking Boutique, a puppy store. So we're back to where we were with the Muskegon potential store opening. And basically, there was a group that kind of got together, probably via social media, I think is how we all connected, from different parts of the animal welfare community in West Michigan, different people in the community of West Michigan saying this can't happen. Like we don't have puppy stores or stores like that here anyways. It's just not how we work. We're just a different type of community when it comes to animal welfare, and our community is very rescue and adoption oriented, and there's no room for a puppy store that supports puppy mills, because we're very educated here on the fact of where those dogs come from. So we got together and we started working on a plan. There was supposed to be a protest. There was a boycott of the mall. There was a social media outcry. And within a week, the Woodland Mall asked him to leave. So that was July 2016. And then we hear about a month ago, just over a month ago, that he's trying to open up in Granville. So this is the third time. And he has opened as of last week. He did open a store. And so we are working. It's not wanted here. I'm kind of leading the protest efforts, along with there are other people in the community, community leaders. There's other people in rescue and shelters that are involved, in kind of a coalition, so to speak, of, educating the public, working on the protest, working on the facts, because this particular individual has been misleading the community again and again and again. When Woodland Mall shut down, before it shut down, he was asked to leave. I think there was about 2 days left till he was supposed to leave on a Friday. And so the Bissell Pet Foundation quietly went in and bought the remaining puppies. And upon doing so, they all had vet checks, and all of those puppies left that store sick with different conditions. One not basic, but very contagious condition is one or two of the dogs had Giardia, which is a parasite that is easily spread from dog to dog to dog. And so essentially he was selling sick puppies. So we kind of found out about that, obviously. And then as he continued to say that he was going directly to the breeders where he was going to get his puppies, we found out that he used a broker. So not only, he's like the middleman to the middleman, and then to you. So he used a broker to get the puppies to him, and then he got them and he sold them. So it's Puppy Mill, broker, the Barking Boutique, you. And this is just something we don't condone here. It's just something that is not, it's not welcome, it's not needed, there's no market for it. We know what happens in puppy mills. We know that basically those dogs live in conditions to exist to just reproduce. They don't get vet care. They don't get socialization whatsoever. They don't get adequate shelter. There's feeding boxes attached to these I dare call them kennels. They're pretty much cages, and basically they'll get filled once a week, and that's their ration of food. They're either indoors all the time, There's no ventilation. There's no climate control. There's no play yards. A lot of times you'll see these dogs with severe dental problems, rotted out teeth. The dogs, if they do clean these kennels or these cages, they use power washers with the dogs in them. Nails will be grown into the pads. The wire cages have no, if you get a crate, it comes with a plastic tray that goes in there, and usually, most pet parents will get a dog bed and blankets, and, it's a suite for them. Well, these dogs in puppy mills are just in that wire. And obviously, this isn't like some high-end cage, they're rusted, they're sharp. Those are the conditions that the mothers and fathers of these dogs that are being sold in these puppy stores live in. And the only way to shut down puppy mills is to stop buying puppies from retail stores such as that. It's just unethical, it's inhumane, and it's wrong. And we all know that a responsible breeder would never, ever give their dog to another person to sell because they want to meet you. A responsible breeder will deny a purchase. Plain and simple. If they don't care about the money, they want to know that their dog is going to go to a good home. So for him to say, because he keeps saying that he works with reputable breeders, no, because they're not going to sell their dog to a puppy store for you to resell. And, we see now, we already know that where he got the puppies from and the brokers and everything, that the first time he tried to say that he was going directly and he wasn't. So it's just this trail of misleading the public. So why should we continue to believe anything that comes out of your mouth when you keep tripping up over your own stories? It just shows lack of credibility, lack of ethics. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's just somebody looking to make a quick buck, Not to mention, in the store itself, there's a strip of grass where the protesters stand. So it's not exactly like there's an area for these dogs to play. There's no proper... Here, if you were to come here and see our puppies, we have them in a room that the public can't go in. You can't go in and handle our puppies. That's just not how it works. They come here, they're in isolation in the puppy area. You can see them through the glass, but you're not going to go in. And if we go in, we have to go through a bleach bath and wash our hands. There's protocol we follow to make sure that we're not transmitting anything to the puppies and vice versa. We don't let our dogs go in there. And I know when we were at the protest on Sunday, we watched a gentleman walk in with his Dalmatian into the store. His Dalmatian could have had something that they passed to the puppy, or the puppy could have passed something to them. And at the same time, when we have puppies and we have a litter, they stay together. That's it. We don't mix litters. Now he's getting one puppy from this breeder and one puppy from this breeder and this breeder, puppy mill breeder, and then he's putting them all together. So there again is an issue of communicable disease between those puppies. So just, he doesn't, there's no, in the store itself, there's no experience in animal care, animal welfare, animal behavior, or socialization. Mm-hmm. So, on his website today, I believe it stated that these puppies are well socialized. Well, if you're getting a 9-week-old puppy, that means you recently just took the puppy from their mother, and you've just gotten the puppy, and you're turning to sell it right away. Tell me, where is the socialization? Because there's no time for well socialization, and it's very frustrating that this is happening in our community because, we adamantly said 3 times now, you're not welcome here. This is not what we want. If you want to set up a little boutique and sell high-end dog apparel, collars, leashes, toys, bedding, grooming, go for it. But not dogs. That's not the way it works here.